What's up, guys? Chris here, back again with another video on the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about Thursday flipping and what you guys can do to make some coins going into Thursday. Obviously, I think the market, well, I think it really should go up this Thursday. I'm under the assumption that I think it's going to rise. My personal reasons behind it is because EA's structure of doing things this year, people have to play division rivals, which means that people are still going to have to buy their teams. They're not going to be going into Division 1 or Division 2 or Division 3, whatever it is, and playing with a 50k team. They're not going to be doing that. I think the market's going to rise on Thursday because of it. People are going to buy teams still. And I really do think we're at that lowest point. You know, we were at that lowest point this past weekend, and now things have kind of gone up a little bit each day since then. So I think Thursday is going to be no different. I think the market's going to do very well Thursday. Less investors because, again, people will probably be a little afraid to buy before Thursday because of Black Friday looming. But for that, though, that makes the market even better to trade in and better to invest in, because less people investing means there's less overinvestment, means there's going to be more of a straight rise on cards. So let's get into the video today. If you guys can, drop a like on the video. Let's hit 150 likes. That'd be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. Turn the notification bell on too. That's one of the most important things to do, guys. Like the videos. Subscribe while you're new around here. This is the sort of content you will see. I'm going to have a guide in the Discord probably sometime on Wednesday talking about a couple of things you guys can buy for Thursday flipping. I do this at like pretty much a couple times a week. It's all free guides, all free trading methods in there. And then get involved with us over on Twitch, which we should be there probably after this video is being made. So reason why I'm buying Timo Werner right now, and I have about 9 of him. I might have 10, but I definitely have 9. And the reason why I'm buying this card at like 125 is because he is getting like pretty low right now. Now, if I show you guys the team of the week, you know, Timo Werner's in it, right? So Timo Werner's in the team of the week. Now, if I show you guys, the popular page, let me go to the popular page here. Okay, let me show you guys something. Timo Werner is 125,000 coins. Let me show you where he's actually been, though, the last couple of days. So you take a look at this, right? On Monday, he goes from 111 all the way to 132. So he hits a high of 132 that day. Today, again, he hits a 133. Now, he's been 132 all day. All of a sudden, he's been down at like 125 all, the last couple, like, hour or two. So for me, this is like the perfect opportunity. A card that potentially is going at a PAX on Wednesday, right, is going to be a perfect opportunity to Thursday flip. Now, is he up a decent amount? Yes, he's up a decent amount from where he was at his lowest, but that's still good enough, in my opinion, to see even more of a rise on Thursday. So I really like Timo Werner. If you guys can find him in the 120s on PS, that's great. I think by the time you finish this video, it's probably not going to be at 125, if I'm being honest. I think he's going to go back to 130. But if you could find around the 120s for this is very solid, I think. Xbox, again, you're probably looking at about 110 to 105. If you can get that, that'd be awesome. Try to take advantage of Fuppin, maybe miscapping a price. Like, for example, here, it looks like Timo's lowest price is 115. But because Fuppin capped it at 110, you might find undercuts underneath that. So try to get Werner. I think this guy can do very well going on a PAX. And get him with hunters, right? Get the defenders that we talk about in this video with shadows. All of that kind of stuff is what I'd be looking at. Another card that I really like is this Van Aanholt's card. Left back Prem seems like the type of position that just isn't really filled right now. And the only one that really is Van Aanholt, right? You're not going to use Robertson. You're not going to use Gold-Teles. You're going to use Van Aanholt. So I know the price that I'm about to tell you guys is probably, in your opinion, probably not attainable. But it is, trust me. He's been 190 all day, but this guy gets capped at 185 a couple times in the daytime. If you guys see that, you can snipe underneath it. These rule breakers are very rare, but they're also very, very good in terms of Thursday flips because they're rare, right? So it doesn't take that much for those guys to really rise in price. Another card, and by the way, if you see me like looking at the screen while I'm doing this, I'm trying to buy as many Werners as I can because I'm trying to buy like 15 of them while he's down at this low price. And even if Werner is not in team of the week, I still think this is going to be a solid buy anyway. If we look at Jimenez here, this is another card for me that looks really good for a flip. Try to find him on PS at 155 and on Xbox 145. And I believe based on the Xbox graph, yeah, 145 is probably what I would be attaining for this guy. Again, La Liga center back fits the mold, All Black users, right? A lot of people are buying All Black for fodder. Maybe they use All Black for their team until, you know, obviously the card keeps rising in price. Maybe they go and buy some Atletico Madrid players, right? You've got the Llorente link. You've got the Felix, right? Felix is another card we're going to go take a look at right now that I think is very good for Thursday flips this week. I'd be almost reminiscent if I didn't say, if you can find around 135 for him, if you can find 120 on Xbox, damn, those are some good prices, man. 135 for Zhao on PS is like super solid, man. I would really like that. Now, he was at like 130. Don't get me wrong, you could have bought him at 130. But the fact that he's hit 139 multiple times a day, you guys could try to get 135 for that card on PS. And I think you should do well. There's a lot of Atletico Madrid players. And I think he's going to do very well. Now, a couple of the gold minutes that I'll be looking at for you guys that I think is going to keep rising in price. Ferland Mendy's another one for me. Now, with these gold metas, I want to show you guys a little key here, right? We got Ferland Mendy here at 114, which is a little high, right? You don't want to buy at 114. If you're going to buy the gold, you got to get him at 107 to 110, and on Xbox around 80k. If you take a look at the UCL one, it's 122. Now, here's a little bit of a tip for you guys. Golds sell for a little bit less than what the blue cards sell for. So we're going to use rare card for Mendy, and we're just going to see if somebody, now obviously it's late night, so we might not see like the cheap, you know, somebody lists one up here, but if you see one at like 112, 113 here on the blue card, I mean, that's going 130 in my opinion, especially with if the gold one goes to 120, then the blue one should be able to hit 130. And these ones are also very easy to lazy sell as well. So that is something I'll be looking at, is the blue version of some of the gold metas that we're talking about here would be really good for you guys for Thursday flips. So Mendy, I think, is going to rise. Again, try to find 115. I don't know what the blue price is on Xbox. I think it's actually 80. It's 90k. Try to find 85, right? Don't pay as much, don't pay that much more than what the gold card's going for. Maybe pay like an extra like 1 or 2k, but you'll be able to sell this card for way more anyway, just because of all the people like blue over just gold, right? So take a look at that. Another gold meta that I think is going to do well this week, if we back out here to popular page, I really like, well, not Wijnaldum. I was going to say another, Aubameyang and Pogba. These are two, again, Pogba went to 215 last week. People came in my stream and said, yo, Pogba didn't rise. And I'm like, my man, he went up 15,000 coins, and then we got the UCL bundle SBC. Now, I will answer this right now because I don't know how many people will be watching past this moment, but if you have a gold meta, if you want to be safe, you take the coins before 6 p.m. UK on Thursday. If you have a meta gold, or sorry, a meta inform or out of pack special, or an icon you could sell after 6. It should not get it should not really get affected too much about what happens at 6. The gold metas are a different story. I would look at picking up Aubameyang. Aubameyang is at 148 right now. Oh my goodness. I know he's back in packs today, but my god, this is going to be a solid one, right? If you take a look at where he was on Monday, he was about 150. He goes up to about 161. Yesterday, 160, all the way down to 158. He's now all of a sudden down at 148. So I'm interested in this a lot. Try to get him at like under 150. I don't think he's going to drop that much on Wednesday unless we get some sort of pack supply. If you want to wait till Wednesday at 6 p.m. UK to buy this guy, yeah, see, this for me is just like a really, really solid price. Can we pick this up, please, before we choke this, EA? Thank you so much. I like this. I really do. He's a cam. He's got a hunter on him. He's dropped 14k from his highest point. I understand he's come back into packs, but we've seen this multiple times with Rashford and with Werner, where their golds really didn't drop that much on the Wednesday when they came back into packs from Team of the Week. So I think that this Aubameyang, you find him around like the 140s on PS, and you find him in the 140s on Xbox as well. I mean, how much lower can you expect an Aubameyang to go? If you take a look, obviously Timo Werner, if he does get an inform, it's going to be very expensive. So Aubameyang is not going to get, he's not going to get crushed because of Werner. Something to mention here, guys. When it comes to like golds or other informs dropping due to certain cards coming out, they need to be easily packable, right? For example, if, you know, let's say Mars is like a 30k card. I could see certain like lower tier center attack mids from the Prem dropping, but he's not going to be low, right? He's not going to be 30,000 coins. He's not going to be that packable either. In terms of how good the red luck is, it's terrible this year. Reds every single year get worse and worse for me. And also with the gold Werner, if it's a left wing for the inform, which is possible, first of all, the 86 inform is going to probably rise too, kind of like what we saw last week with Bruno Fernandes. But difference here is that Bruno was just really expensive, his second inform, that's why the first one went up. But the inform Werner, the 86, is going to be a striker, which is what people would rather prefer from Werner. They would rather use him at striker than as a left wing. So I think if he does come out as a left wing, first of all, he's not going to get packed that much. But second, I think the striker card is going to go back up. So the 86 inform Werner, if you guys can find him at like, you know, 285 on PS, bro, I think that's really good. I would say Pogba as well as a solid buy, 155 on PS. I would say probably 130 on Xbox. I know I'm telling you guys to buy cards that are just kind of like, you know, it's kind of tough prices when you really think about it. But trust me, they get to these cards, they get to those prices at some sort of time of the day. Just be patient with your buys. There's no, you know, rush in buying cards. I'm buying a few cards right now because I think it's like not too bad. Couple of bombings, couple of Werners when he gets low and stuff like that. I'm just taking advantage right now of like a lower market. Here's a couple, you know, informs of the specials that are really usable. Okay, so these are guys that'll probably rise this week. Okay, so you got a guy. So we're looking at, you know, the team of the week, right? You got Wijnaldum, which is probably not going to get packed that much, but I like Renato, right? So Renato went to his lowest at 219. Ideally, if you could find like 230 on this guy, it's better. Now he's up a lot right now, right? He's up a lot. So if you can find him around the 225 to 230 mark, I think it's pretty solid. He's not up a ton from where he was on Sunday, and you could probably see this guy rise a little bit. Let's say, what's another card that would probably do well? I like Holland. He dropped off a lot. If we look at strikers, doesn't look like we're getting anything but Werner. If we look at Holland here, if you look at his graph, right? And this is what you want to do, by the way. This is how I look at everything when it comes to inform investing and trading, right? So we see that Werner there at 138. Now, he's hit peaks of 145. Now, this is what I use for all of my Thursday flips since FIFA 19. I go to a card like this today when he's on a little bit of his low, and I try to find him around like 135 at this price. Now, the reason why I like 135 is because he's already hitting 145 on different parts of the day. So on a typical Wednesday or a Tuesday, he's hitting 145 when no one needs to buy their teams. But the second Thursday comes around, guess what's going to happen? He's going to go up a little bit, right? So if he goes to 150, all right, I buy 135, I sell him 150. You don't need a 15, 20k rise for you to make profit on the card. And that's why we always trust you guys to look for undercuts on cards. Because if you don't look for undercuts, then you're buying at the going rate, and then you're probably going to lose a little bit of profit margin in that as well. Like I said, there's no rush in buying these cards, in my opinion. So look at Holland, okay? Maybe look at around like 140. You really got to look at the Xbox graphs. I really am trusting that to you guys. Look at the graphs on these informs because it's going to be very, very good rises on some of these depending on like what price you buy them at. So like we talked about the Timo Werner 86 card. I like Kamara as well. It's another rule breaker card, and Andre. Two cards. I like Kamara like 6160, and I like him at probably like 57 on Xbox. In terms of Andre, I know he's like 82k right now on PS, but if you could find Andre around like the 75, which he does hit at times during the daytime, I like that. 83, 84 on Xbox is probably pretty solid too. I can give you guys these big undercuts on these informs and other specials because they're more likely to kind of fluctuate throughout the day, which is great going into a Thursday. Another thing I would look at, guys, is icons. I actually would still look at icons. Now, the way that I would do this with icons is I would go to a guy like Crespo, right? We know that he goes up on Thursdays. People love using this Crespo card. You gotta find an icon that is usable if you're gonna buy them for Thursday flipping. So look at this last week. He's 444, 452, and he still goes to 470 by Friday morning before 6 p.m., right? So he's 470, He goes up from 440 to 470, which is solid. Now, on that Wednesday or Tuesday, you could have bought him at 430. There was times where he was 430. So the fact that he went to 470 on Thursday, you know that if you could find maybe a 360 on this card, 365, you could probably get a 400, a 410. I still think people are going to be needing these cards for teams because people still have to play division rivals. And I don't think they're going to be playing with 50K squads. I really don't see that. So take a look at icons. Some of like the lower rated ones, the 2 to 400K ones, some 500K ones as well should probably rise a little bit. Those are like kind of it's kind of like investment worthy icons to look at. Those are some like gold medals to look at, some informs to look at as well. Thank you guys for watching the video today. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.